Good evening here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel. I'm Joel McCall visiting with Zack George with my son Owen shooting hoops from behind me. Zack is a senior with the Central Riverhawk football team. Riverhawks are 5-1, 3-1 in the MVC. Have a big matchup coming up this Friday that we're going to be talking about. We have a lot to get to. First of all, Zack, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time and joining me tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Joel. Thank you for having me. I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit about last week, beating Toma 23-7. You specifically on the defensive side had 4 tackles and 1 sack. That sack was awesome, by the way. That was
It was fun. It was fun.
talk about the win over Toma though, and how you guys can move forward.
Yeah, that was it was a great team win. Both sides of the ball were playing good. Our offense was playing good. Our defense was playing good, So if we play like that every game and just keep the game about us, we're going to be able to beat every team we play.
You guys really hit on the strength of your defense is stopping the run. And I know that the secondary has been tested a few times and they've come up in big moments too, against the good passing teams as well. But obviously Toma was a lot of rushing and you knew that was going to come in to play last Friday. What'd you guys see on film with Rufflet and just kind of trying to battle with him?
Yeah, so Toma has a lot of good players in that backfield. Their quarterback can run. Their running back's really good. They have that new running back. He's having a really good season. So we knew we were going to get a lot of running, a lot of rushes up the middle, trying to get outside. So we just tried to stay sound, keep the game in front of us and try to limit the big plays.
One thing that Nami's talked about with you and specifically to me is that you watch a lot of film and you see stuff on film that maybe other players don't. Talk about that. How are you able to kind of break things down on film?
Yeah, so we use Huddle. It works great. We can play stuff in slow motion, go back, watch the play over again. We have a lot of film to watch, so it's great. It's a great resource to have, and I'm really thankful for our coaches for putting that up, and they leave some good comments on there too. So it's just a great tool to use, and I definitely try to use it as much as I can because it helps a lot on Friday nights.
Are you watching it specifically on your own too?
Yeah, so we watch it as a team. The following Monday, we watch a little bit of film on the team, and then like the rest of the week, we just kind of watch it on our own. If we have questions, we can always go to the coaches and talk about it, and they leave comments. We have practice film and everything, but yeah, most of it's on our own.
And you guys say individually while you're watching it, so then you get back together. Then do you guys kind of go over notes of what you might have saw or what somebody else, maybe like Strip Monitor, had seen on film?
Yeah, we communicate a lot, especially on the defensive side, about what we're seeing, and like everybody has a different perspective and is watching different things. So it helps when, you know, Peyton's watching film, I'm watching film, Carson's watching film, Leo, so we can get all those guys and really know what's coming at us.
Now, for you on the season, 33 total tackles, 4 tackles for loss, plus the 1 sack that we were just talking about and alluded to against Toma. You're labeled as a DB, defensive back. Talk about your actual role, though. What is your position per se, and then describe it.
So I play a position called the bandit in our defense, and it's kind of hybrid. Sometimes I'm a linebacker, sometimes I'm out as a DB. Against Baraboo, I was out at corner. So I kind of play all over the place. It just depends on the team we play. So, it's personnel. Whatever we need me to do, I just try to fill that role as best as I can. It changes weekly.
I think it says a lot about the coaching staff and the trust that they have in you to go out, as you just alluded to. In fact, I wrote it in my notes that your role did change at Baraboo. You did have to play outside almost exclusively throughout that entire game since Carson Jones was out. So I think it says a lot what the coaching staff knows that what you're capable of. How is that versatility? How have you been able to show that?
Yeah, I think this year I've been able to show my versatility a lot more than I have previous years. I've played a bunch of different positions, and I'm just ready. I'm ready to go anywhere for whenever we have an injury or we need to switch up what we're doing if something's not working. So I just like that I'm like capable of playing all those positions, It's fun. It's fun to get a new look every once in a while.
Well, that's what the coaches look for, and that's what coaches in the next level look for as well. They look for versatility, whether it doesn't matter which sport it is. And again, we're talking with Zack George, senior defensive back for the Central Riverhawks. I call you a hybrid, I guess, if you will. That's another
That's the
term.
bandit.
Yeah, that's the other term that they use. Defense on practice day, then. So I know we talked about film, but what exactly is your day to day for your defense in practice on the field? What are you guys working on?
So we work a lot on what we're going to be seeing on Friday night. We rep a lot of the plays that we're going to be seeing, you know, a lot of the formations and stuff, just so we're all ready and we're all prepared for what we're going to see, and we're not going to be surprised or anything on Friday night. So, you know, we just rep a lot of the same stuff just so we're ready for it, and so we know what to do in the game, and we're not caught off guard or anything, you know.
Well, you're making my transitions easy because obviously this Friday night is you're getting prepared for the triple option. As I said, the Tom Osborne offense of the Nebraska Cornhuskers from the 1990s when they were actually successful, along with Frank Solich too. But a little dig in there to any Cornhusker fan. But certainly there is a lot that can happen with the mesh. You know, Coach Olson mentioned the midline, and that's going right up the middle. He's talking about the fullback. Then there's pitches. Then there's times where the quarterback's going to pull it back, and he's going to go depending on what the defensive tackles are doing. You guys have to set the edge and not jump too far in. There's a lot here. What have you seen on film with Holmen, and what exactly is the key for this defense for the Riverhawks coming up on Friday?
Yeah, Holman's a really good team. You know, their offense is always good. You know, they run it really fast and really crisp and stuff. You know, but I think the key for us is just going to be trusting each other, trusting ourselves, and just sticking to our assignment. Not trying to go make a big play, make a big tackle. Just doing your job and stopping Holman the right way. You know.
Well, and for you, because you're that hybrid, you're the bandit. What exactly do you think you need to do? Because you are in kind of a combo role.
Yeah, so I need to be able to be ready to play the run and help in the pass game a little bit, because Holman likes to to lull you to sleep with all those runs and then throw a deep pass. So our secondary will be ready. We'll be ready for it, but I just got to be ready to kind of help in both aspects of the game.
You can't get caught watching. That's the biggest thing.
Sure,
Well,
for
I
sure.
got one fun question for you. That's well, I have another one, but I don't really want to ask about your dad. Best tackle or play of this year for you, specifically for Zack George. What would you say if I was to put up all the games and you had the choice of all the plays? What's your favorite play of the year for you?
It'd have to be that sack. That was so fun. It was so awesome. You know, felt really good. Felt really good.
How many have you had in your career? Do you even know? For
That's my second one. My other one was in my sophomore year.
all right, sounds
It's
good.
nice to get back in the sack column again.
That's right. And actually, there's quite a few of you for the Riverhawks that have sacks on the year. And the last thing I'm going to ask you about is your future. Then, obviously, you're a senior. You know, you're graduating in, oh gosh, it's what 8 months from now, something like that. So, what is your future plan, Zack?
You know, I don't really know yet. I'm just gonna kind of see how it goes after football and play it from there.
No idea for school or even your major.
No, no, nothing. Well, I'm gonna go to college. I know that. So I just
Okay.
don't know where yet.
All right, or your major. All right, sounds good. He's got his options open. If any
Yep.
college football coach is looking for a good player too, there you go. I'm sure that's what Zack is talking about as well. Well, I appreciate your time, Zack. Really do. And I'm so glad that we were able to do this. And of course, it's so much easier to talk to you than it is Nami.
Yes, of course. Thank you for having me, Joel.
Yeah, no problem, Zack. Well, that's Zack George, Riverhawks senior. I'm done with my interviews tonight. We had Coach Williams and Sierra Freed on just a little bit ago, talking about their big volleyball win. And then we, of course, have football coming up Friday night. Zack alluded to it as well. They're at Holmen, and the Central Riverhawk YouTube channel will be there. We'll broadcast the ball game. We'll probably start things around 6:45, and then the kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. Again, for Zack George, I'm Joel McCall. Thank you so much for tuning in here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel.